Michael Stewart and Stephen Craigan are with me in the studio. A late Darren Barr goal has Hearts ahead at half-time. Is that a little bit harsh on Hibs though, Michael, given the fact that they were pushing in that game for quite a spell in the half?
Yeah, I think the start of the game, Hearts were maybe the dominant team, but for large swathes of the first half, I think it would be fair to say that Hibs were the top team. They had a number of chances, all emanating from the right-hand side with Harris, and I think Pat Fenlon will be disappointed to go into the half-time 1-0 down.
He was absolutely furious, wasn't he, Stephen?
He was, and sometimes when you're a manager, your kind of judgment gets a little bit blurred. You want everything to go for your side. It's it's right on half time, but Kevin Thompson has to understand. Listen, it wasn't a free kick.
Clearly not a free kick.
No, clearly not a free kick. I think he initiated contacted initially. I think it was with Jamie Hamill. You see him early on. He does well. He gets himself goal side. He initiates contact with Hamill. Yeah, he pushes him off, but at the vital moment he slips. Certainly not a free kick. As I said, it's right on half time. It's a crucial stage in the game. They've lost a goal from it, so lots of things going on in Pat Fenlon's head. That's why he's furious.
Do you agree?
Oh, definitely. I think Stephen's spot on there. You can clearly see that Kevin Thompson slips, but there was an incident early on where Williams came for a cross.
We'll see that one shortly, but as for this one,
I mean, he's not even anywhere near it, and Ku's got to score there as well. I mean, he does his best to miss the opportunity.
Fair to say he'll be happy that it went to Darren Barr.
I think it actually came off his shoulder or something.
I think the physical presence of Hearts. Alan Mabry is picking up Michael and Gu. That shows the difference. They've got Sutton, they've got Stevenson, they've got Webster, they've got Barr. A huge physical presence, and the young Hibs players haven't been able to cope. Any ball in the box they've really struggled with. From open play, I think they've been fine. Foster and Hanlon have done well, but anything from wide areas have really struggled, and that's where the goal came from.
Of course, I'm sure Pat Fenlon is remembering what happened with Lee Griffiths' disallowed goal in the last derby. You mentioned early on, Hearts had a couple of chances. Very similar incident as well, Michael.
Yeah,
this is so early in the game.
Yeah, it was. I mean, Ben Williams has had a lot of plaudits this season, but I played with him at Manchester United as a young kid, and I was never confident, especially on cross balls. He was always capable of doing things like this.
And yet he's had a really good season.
Well, yeah, as I said, he's had a lot of plaudits, but I mean, that's two incidents there that are horrendous. And from a defensive point of view, as Stephen said, Hibs are not the biggest. You really need your goalkeeper to be coming in command in these boxes, especially at set pieces like that, when you're not a big team up against so many big players that Hearts have got. Yeah,
and Hearts are leading, but you were raving about Alex Harris in this half, and he's created a lot.
Well, I said pre-match that I was looking for someone to put their foot in the ball, a little bit of composure, relax, and the youngest player on the pitch has done it. I think he's been excellent. He's drifted from out to in, getting on the ball. He's drifted from in to out. He's always wanted to take men on. He's been positive. He's been productive. If this is what the Hibs fans are saying in the next 2 or 3 years,
Caldwell I think well here, another young
yeah. Listen, I think Pat Fenlon has been. Has had no choice but to go with young players, but certainly Caldwell and Harris in particular have definitely caught the eye.
You impressed by him?
Yeah, I think quite clearly he's been the main guy for Hibs there. And, obviously we've given a bit of stick to Fenlon in the last sort of couple of games, in the derby games, that he's been very defensive, not wanting to be beat. So I think he deserves a bit of credit today that he's clearly gone 4-4-2, looked to attack, and he's put the young boys in there and they've performed.
Yeah, maybe they deserve more. Gary Locke, by the way, has never lost an Edinburgh derby, and that's as a manager. This is his second, and a player too. But Pat Fenlon certainly was not happy going into the break there, because his side trail. Darren Barr's goal, first in the SPL for Hearts, separates the side. Fenlon had words for the referee. The second half is next.